Hey guys, how you doing today? This is my Philodendron Patricia. I just love her. I got her back in July, I believe. And she's been growing pretty good. She's got a real nice root system. She had a little bit of a root system when I first got her. But, well, I don't know if you're going to be able to see or not, but she's got roots coming all around in here. Now, she's not root bound. She's not growing out of her pot. But I want to put her on a moss pole. She's giving me 2 new leaves since I've gotten her. This was the first one. She came with these 3. Right here. Beautiful. And she gave me this one. Didn't grow very big. That one was, it was started in shipping. And then it finished coming out after I got her. And then now she gave me this one, which you can see is actually smaller than this one, but it's wider. But anyhow, I want to get her on a moss pole. All the information I've seen on this plant, she likes to be on a moss pole. They grow up. The nodes will stay closer together, and which makes your leaves stay closer together, so she's not growing with big, huge spaces in between the nodes. So, I gotta put, I gotta put my glasses on. So what I want to do is unpot her, and I've got 2 pots here ready. I've got my moss pole ready. I think I'll end up putting her in this one, this pot. I mean, they're both the same size. She's in a 4-inch pot now, and this is a 5, I think. Yeah, I think it's a 5 or maybe a 6, but I think I'm going to put her in this one. I like these pots for moss poles because you can kind of sit it in between these 2 little pieces of the pot that stick out. I don't know what they're called. But I want to put it right in there, and then I'll still have plenty of room for her in here. Oh, I forgot to get my bamboo stick. I want to grab a bamboo stick. Okay, I got my bamboo stick, and what I like to do, this one I had made up, I was using it on another plant, and then I ended up taking that plant off of this. But I like to stick my bamboo pole down inside my moss pole. And then I'll stick this pole down into my pot. And that way I'm not wasting a whole bunch of, a lot of people, and I've done it on a couple plants, where they'll leave it, leave the moss out and then put soil down in here and stick it down in. I find this way is a lot more economical as far as using your complete moss pole. So what I'm going to do is, I want my moss pole to sit right about like that. You can see my poles down here, and then I've got plenty poles sticking up. And I can add another pole later when I need to. I can add another pole. But right now what I want to do, I'm going to set that down. I want to unpot her. I'm going to take my moss off. I've got some moss down in here. Get rid of this. Get it out of my way. But I think that, oh God, I think I just put one of her tips of her leaves into my coffee cup. Oh, that's okay. I've drank dirt and all kinds of crap for my plants. I always have coffee in here with me when I'm doing something, and I probably don't want to know what I've drank in my coffee. Okay, I'm going to take a swig of this and move it up here. Maybe I won't get no dirt in it. Move my camera down here so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay. Oh, her roots look really nice. See, that's her roots right there. She's got, whoops. I'm still thinking my camera was up as high as it was. She's got a lot more roots than what she did when I first got her. For sure. And having that moss on top, she grew this little root out, which is pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to set her stay. And then I'm going to get my new pot. And I'm just going to... I'm going to dump this soil in here, because there isn't nothing wrong with it. I just potted her up, so then I'm just going to take and there we go. That's better. Dump this in. Should have got some more soil before I started. This will come up a little bit. Oop. Grab my plant. I'm just going to nudge her right down in there like that. Oh, that'll work really good. And I'm just going to nudge this up and kind of slip the butt end of her dirt pile over here like that, because I want to be able to hook it to the butt end of her to the pole. So yeah. Okay, I need to grab some more soil. I should have did that before I started. Okay, now I am going to get rid of that. I'm just going to start filling in. I think I'm going to fill in from the front first. Try to get her nudged up there as close as I can. Just kind of pushing it. And then I've got my big, huge, gigantic roll of Velcro tape. That still cracks me up. Those of you who haven't seen it yet, you'll see this massive roll of Velcro tape here in a second. I died laughing so hard when I got that. Alright, she looks pretty good, and I can always move the pole up a little bit too. I'm just going to slide this bamboo stick up, or slide my moss pole up from the bamboo and fill in back here. That and this, another reason I like using my bamboo pole in the back of it is it helps keep the moss pole a whole lot sturdier in your pot. Alright. I think that looks pretty good. I think what I'm also going to do is, since she's a newer plant, And the roots are looking pretty good, but I want them to be better. I'm going to add just a little bit of my mycorrhizae again. I did that when I first got her. This is what I use from Amazon, and it works really good, and it's a lot cheaper than some of the higher or more popular brands of mycorrhizae. Okay. And she also has another new growth. Did I show you guys that already? Right here. Whoops. Right here. Another new growth coming. That was another reason why I wanted to get her potted up. Okay, now for my big, gigantic roll of Velcro tape. This is just too funny. Oh, Lord. 100 feet on Amazon. Yeah, it cracks me up. Okay, I think, let's see, how do I want to do this? Like this, or like this. I think I'm going to put my, oh, geez, I almost stole my coffee. I think I'm going to stuff some moss back here behind her, in between the plant stem and the pole. And then that will hopefully, get her roots going in that direction. And then I think I will just, I don't know if I want to do all the leaves like that. Yeah, I think I will. Pull it and get it as close as I can to that moss pole. But having that moss in the back will kind of make her think, oh, I got moss back there. And then what I want to do is, since I pulled the plant back, put just a hair more soil in here. Excuse my arm. And then I'm going to put the moss back over the top, because she's got roots coming out the side, and I don't want those to dry up. Give her as good of a root system as we can. And get some more. I love this plant. It is just so pretty. I can't wait to finish watching her grow out. I've seen some other people's Patricias on YouTube, and oh, they are just gorgeous. I love the long leaves. I can't remember the one YouTuber's name. I don't watch her real often. But right before, and then again after I got this plant, I was looking at a whole bunch of videos, and I come across this lady. I can't think of her name. If I find who she is, I'll put the name across the screen. But oh my God, hers is gorgeous. I'm just packing moss around the back, kind of help keep my moss pool a little steadier too. But yeah, hers is just absolutely gorgeous. I think she said she's had it for like 3 or 4 years. And oh, it's massive, it's gorgeous, and I hope mine looks half as good as hers in that time frame. I will be a happy camper. But I kind of knew when I seen this secondary leaf that come out. Like I said, this one was coming out when I got her, when it got shipped to me. And then she pushed out this one, which hopefully it's still just a fluke because of shipping or what have you. I don't know. And she was working on a root system too, because she had, it wasn't a great root system. It was a cutting that the lady that I got her from on, I believe Etsy, it was a cutting from her plant, and then she rooted it out, and, you know, it had a decent root system, but it wasn't an established root system. But now her root system is looking, I'd say it's doubled since I've gotten it. Since, what'd I say, July? But I thought, well, get her on a moss pole now. And especially, I looked up and seen this new growth, I think it was yesterday, and I thought, oh, I really got to get on top of this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to water her from the moss pole. And just let because the plant itself that I just took it out of, I watered her a couple of days ago. And so the plant itself doesn't really need water, but I want to get this moss pole wet. So I'm just going to slowly, the moss is pretty dry. I probably should have took it in and wet it really good before I put it on the plant, but it doesn't have to be soaked, because she's not even growing up against it yet, but I want it to be wet enough that it will maybe kind of coax her. I'm just going to give her a little bit of water around the top here, since that was all new fresh soil, and my soil is just so dry. I'm just kind of sticking my sprinkler head inside the pole down here, trying to get that, because boy, once that moss gets dry, it takes it a while to grab onto the moisture again. But once you get it wet and you get a pretty good routine with it. But I just absolutely love these plastic moss poles. I have been through so many different kind of moss poles. I made the wire ones. I never really liked them. They're too hard to work with. I have arthritis in the hands, and I have a hard time cutting that wire, and then you gotta roll it up, and then you gotta zip tie it together, and I don't know, it just, to me, they just look kind of clunky. And then I started making my own out of the cocoa coir, which I really have. Oh, I have a lot of those, and I really like them. I love the look of the cocoa coir moss poles. And then I started buying a couple of the cocoa coir moss poles, and I love them for certain plants. But a plant like this, they really need to have the moisture. Like my Monstera deliciosa, I have her just on a regular cocoa coir pole. I've had Monsteras for years and years. I've just never seen the need to put an actual moss pole in it, because those arrow roots are so big. And for me, it just didn't make sense in my head to put a Monstera on an actual moss pole that you're having to keep wet, if that's, you know, what you're doing. But she's just on a regular cocoa coir pole, a nice heavy-duty pole, and I think that's all it needs. But a plant like this needs to have this kind, and I really like this kind. They're easy to work with. The back, with having the back is full plastic, which you guys know. You guys probably all have these kind of poles. It helps them stay moist longer. Look at all the dry spots in there. But that's okay. I'll keep watering her a little bit off and on, and that pole will, especially once she really starts growing up against it more. Once she starts getting up a little bit more, I'll keep attaching her, but now I gotta find a new spot for her, since I've got the pole on her. Now she's not gonna sit. Well, she could actually go back, but I don't want her back in that area. But yeah, I just love these moss poles. The back, with them being solid, they help keep the moss moisture longer, and I really enjoyed working with them the last couple years that I've been buying them, and they're so easy to put together. Not like trying to fight with the wire, you know, making the wire ones, and I just have such a hard time with them. I was struggling with them. My husband helped me make a couple of them, but, you know, he's not home. He works all the time, and I'm the kind of person that if I want something done, I do it myself. I don't wait around for him or anybody else to do it, because I am impatient. When I want something done, I do it. And so these are a lot easier to work with, and I just really enjoy them a lot more than some of the other ones that I have. So I will keep you guys updated here. I don't know what she's going to do over the winter, but, you know, she's got window light, and she's got a grow light that she's under. But we will see. I've never had this kind of a philodendron before, or, you know, had a Patricia before, so this is all on a new learning curve for me too. But you can see how big the latest plant was that I got it from. I mean, these leaves were, I mean, they're not super long, but they're, you know, a pretty substantial, nice plant that she had, I'm sure. But alright guys, I am going to let you go, and I will talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.